Business Development Manager. Welcome aboard in the studio with us.
Thank you very much for having us here today. It's an absolute honour to be here.
Yeah, good to have you here. There we go. We're just trying to get you mic'd up over there. How's that?
That's perfect.
There we go. We hear you loud and clear. There we go. Jesse, welcome aboard here at Platinum Gold Radio. It's interesting to see. I walked through the Expo a little bit earlier, and I saw that you have a very interesting stand, all colourful and all bits and pieces in its place, and very prominent in terms of your display and your corporate identity.
Thank you. Yeah, we like to keep things fun and exciting. We are a very proud and company, and we like to make sure that we're doing things a little bit differently.
And it looks good. It looks clean. It looks neat. It looks like everything's in place.
Yeah, all credit to our corporate branding team.
I think so. And that kind of stands out also with what you guys are saying. I was just reading through your ad. Be Easy is an end-to-end B-E-E service provider combining you. If you don't know what all those B's and E's stand for, you kind of not
birds and the bees.
Birds and bees. There we go. It combines unique solutions to achieving an optimal BEE level outcome. Solutions are tailored to meet your specific need while driving business optimally. In plain English, what is it that you guys do?
We basically take companies who have a BEE challenge, and we take them right from the beginning of the process, looking to see where companies are at from a BEE point of view in respect to their relative industries, and we perform an analysis to see where are you right now and where would you like to be, and then we manage that process from an implementation point of view and a risk management point of view to make sure that you get the desired outcome at the end of the day.
Where do people start? I've got a company, I'm looking to be compliant, or I'm looking to enhance my BEE status. Where do I start? Who do I phone? Who do I contact at Be Easy?
Well, typically the first thing you do is obviously initiate contact with us at our offices and request a business development manager who's able to then set up a meeting with you and discuss your relevant challenges that you might be facing, and we start from there. Once you're sort of able to take a snapshot of your business, we can then identify what your specific challenges are, what you're currently facing, and how we go about addressing it in comparison to what you've done already. We'll then identify the different gaps, and from there we then start to formulate a scenario plan where we then present different options to you to say that different options that would be obviously your desired outcomes, and then we select an implementation plan from there and start implementing the different solutions required to achieve your desired PE outcome. And that's what we specialize in, is guiding guys to exactly where they want to be. Risk manager makes sure that they achieve it at the end of the day.
I think that's a lot of what it is. It's guidance, isn't it? It's allowing people to understand what they need to do when they know they have to do something, but they're not sure what it is. And you can guide them through that difficult time.
Yeah, so I think the BE space at the moment is quite a complicated one. All the rules are always changing, and the interpretations are different in a lot of different verification agencies. And the risk for a client at the moment is quite dramatic in the sense that they implement solutions, but when they come to verification stage, they audit, they are whacked with a big surprise. And we are basically the mitigating risk factor to avoid that scenario where you aren't left sort of in a position where you don't want to be at the end of the day. So we guarantee your result. We basically your guaranteed solution.
You'd be able to guide a company as to what they need to do when people just don't know. As you mentioned, it's quite a complicated space right now. So you'd be able to guide them and put light in dark areas and say, this is where you need to be focusing, this is what you need to be doing, these are programs you need to be implementing or changes you need to be making within the corporation. Would you do that?
Absolutely. Also to know exactly what solutions are available to you. Every client has a different heart as to where they want to be from a sort of how they want to achieve their different BE initiatives, and we then align with their hearts. Okay, let's then develop a unique tailored solution to your business needs. So it's not just a BE challenge, it's also a business challenge. So we align the two together to make sure that it's not only a one-sided approach that we take.
Sure. And in terms of certification and the upkeep, once a company is compliant as to where they are, or they are recognized or accredited to be wherever they are, what about the ongoing relationship that you develop with them?
Of course, that's actually of the most paramount importance. BE in the past, you could look at it as a once a year, end of February type problem. These days, with the complexities the BE codes are posing companies, it's important that you monitor and track throughout the entire year. So you avoid that surprise. You can't change things in retrospect, only looking forward. So you need to plan ahead and not do things from the reverse approach, where you can't fix things that have already passed.
Sure.
So typically, that's how we try to encourage that, because we look at the BE strategies and not just give us a call last minute. Let's work and mold this strategy of yours so that it makes business sense and not just a black hole that you're throwing money down and not achieving the desired result at the end of the day. Yes.
What sort of companies are your target area? Large corporations, smaller companies, medium, SMMEs, startups? Where do you focus?
Well, typically we don't mind advising anybody who's facing a BE challenge. There's always a little bit of advice you can share to your smaller guys as well. But typically it's your bigger guys, your guys above 10 million and above 50 million, so your medium to larger sized entities that are struggling with the BE challenges. The other thing is that there's a lot of sector-specific clients. So every sector has a different set of rules in which it must abide by, and those rules are different dramatically in each different sector. And we make sure that we then address the specific sector requirements within as that client is aligned to. Yes.
That does make it complex. As you were saying earlier, it's a complex and a complicated space right now. That could make it really complicated for anyone starting a business. It's enough of a challenge just to make sure there's money coming into the bank account. Never mind compliant with tax law and industry law in terms of employment. With this whole BEE thing adds a whole level of complexity that you'd be able to help with.
Absolutely, and one of the key things is that it's not just a BEE challenge, as I mentioned before. You need to look at what is the client's specific needs. Considering the implications from a tax perspective when implementing a BEE solution as well, making sure it's aligned with your HR policies as well. It's not just a single faceted approach, it now must be intertwined into your business strategy.
Interesting. What is this thing called the Hoopsters?
The Hoopsters is our fun brand that we, it's an exciting thing that we're busy with, and we like to, I suppose it's our shock.
Yeah.
To get the guys' attention to what our youth and our learners are going through. So we actually do have quite a broad network of colleges as well, through our college partner called Haggai Education and Training. We've got colleges nationwide. Cape Town, Polokwane, we're opening a nice automotive college there, which is quite exciting.
Interesting.
Joburg, Polokwane. However, what we do is, through our training programs, is we identify sort of key talent areas that the learners that are going through the leadership programs are good at, and we then focus and mold them into positions where they're actually able to explore their talent areas, their passion areas, and one of them is some sort of an entrepreneurial flair, which then involves the hoopsters, and they learn to hoop, and we call it the circle of life, and you learn the ins and outs of hooping and how to actually manufacture hoops. It's become a nice big trend, and you create your own hooping business as part of the leadership program as well. So you're guiding guys in the areas of passion and do things that are exciting and different.
Now, the last time I heard hoop, that was at a party at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the guys were hooping. I don't want to explain what that was, but that was something that you need to be there. But this is clearly a different kind of hooping, and it sounds fascinating. It is the first time I've heard about that. And I'm really fascinated to hear more about it. So where do people find out about where do people get the info about the Hoopsters, about what you guys are doing? Be easy. Where do they reach you?
So the Hoopsters is one of our Young Africa Business Development Enterprise Development Solutions, where we as Be Easy provide a support structure, and they're incubated through our Young Africa Business Development Group. And it's basically a business, the business called iHoop, and they host phenomenal events where they actually teach and go into communities, especially from a social outreach, and teach the rural children as well as fitness programs of people looking to use alternative methods to improve their fitness through the method of hoop. It's a new dynamic way to lose weight, and I think with winter sort of ending up, we can all do with a bit of swimming and trimming.
Oh, there we go. That sounds fascinating. That sounds truly fascinating. We've just been joined by, is it one of your hoopsters?
Yes, this is one of our learners, and I'd like to invite him to share some of the experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
What his journey was through Haggai.
He's just walked in. We haven't even been introduced. This is
Vusi.
Vusi. Vusi, welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to have you. Just checking on the mic there. Are you with us? Corbin just doing a bit of technical stuff there, just making sure that we are on track there. Are you with us, Vusi? Say again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome aboard, Vusi. Good to have you here with Platinum Gold Radio. So you're one of the hoopsters.
Yes, I am.
How do you hoop? What's a hoop?
A hoop, actually, it's a sign of change, development.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a sign of, it helps us to think out of the box and get inside a circle. Yeah, so it is, it has got many things in it. So, yeah.
So it's helped you in your business and developed and prepared you for business in the way ahead.
Yes, it sure has, because, I've been through to many expos.
Yeah?
Yeah, like to mention one, the one was at Galaka Estate. Yeah, so we went there to meet different business people, and with that we use it to make contact as well, because we get to talk to people, get them to hoop, and with that hooping, during that hooping time, then that's when we get to talk to them, perhaps swap contact. Yeah.
Sounds fascinating. It sounds fascinating. I need to come and spend some time in your stand and find out more about what this hooping thing is all about and what Be Easy actually does all about. Where do we find you in the expo? When the guys arrive into the expo, where do we find you?
Shucks, if I were to tell you the exact stand number, but you just follow the sound of the drums and identify the hoopsters, and they'll direct you right to it.
Was it you making the drum sound early this morning? There we go. There we go.
That's the team.
There we go. As you walk into the main entrance, when you arrive at the expo, you keep a little bit right and straight up there up the passage on the left-hand side, on the way up to the main stage is where you guys are. That's where I saw you this morning.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. You're everywhere. Oh, I like that. That's the way to go. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, Vusi, for joining us in the studio. It's an awesome show. How's the show going for you guys so far?
I think it's fantastic, and this is a great studio you got going here. So very nice.
Thank you very much indeed. We're having a lot of fun. This is what Platinum Gold Radio is all about. Positivity, being connected with business, being connected with top-end sports, being connected with people that make a difference, such as yourselves. What a pleasure to have you guys in the studio with us. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Excellent.